There we go. All right.
Oh, so it's all best 3 of 5s from
Yeah.
here on out, is what
So-
Serge trying to tell us.
Yeah, 3 out of 5, top 4. Had a had a homie that wanted to pass on some information to us in the middle of my conversation. Really bad, but here we go. Winter semis, and we're starting off on Pokemon Stadium here. So Dreffin definitely rocking out with the Sheik, while excuse me.
Yeah, we got kills.
Yeah, well, Kel's, mind you, Kel's also a real well-known player for quite a bit too, huh?
Absolutely. His Fox is clean. There's some really, really good sets from him throughout history, but Big House 4, he had some really memorable sets in particular. Right now, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, I really like this combination that they have, right? The Sheik and Fox team. It's pretty solid. As far as grabs are concerned, that's what you're going to see Sheik serving up for Fox to get the up smashes. And Sheik, in her own right, is a pretty darn good character with the knockback that Sheik has on her moves, right? Really good walling out tools with the back air, the fair, and whatnot.
Part of what makes her especially strong in this team setup is that whereas with most characters in teams, you're going to have 2 people doing edge guards to make sure that you can nail them.
Yeah.
Sheik has a lot of edge guards that she can get by herself really reliably while the other teammate gets to put pressure on the other player.
Oh yeah, that is definitely true. There are certain setups that, oh my god!
That was slick.
Yeah, the fact that he had so much momentum to slide off the stage and get the backer is really impressive. And it's crazy. Look at Dreffin. He was actually in a 2v1 situation on the other side, and it looked like he didn't really need the assistance of his teammate. But Cal is...
This is really, really good looks by Kels. He keeps doing these like very small hits with Shine, Nair, mostly just to keep the team occupied.
Yep.
Right there, he let it slip a little bit, though. That would have been a good time to get in and try to get Captain Falcon covered while Falco was recovering to the ledge. It was about a 50-50 on him.
But right now, Jedrick looking like the member of the team that has the least amount of stocks, trying to find his way to come back on stage, but Kel's just not giving him the opportunity until he slipped up that
There's
edge
a slight hesitation.
Yeah, that flub, dude.
He didn't know for sure if he wanted to go down for that Shine Spike, and it cost him.
One thing that I've seen Fox players sometimes do is if you're at the edge, you could Shine stall and immediately Fire Fox, right? That way you put a Shine hitbox out, and then you can immediately do the Fire Fox. That way you can just grab the edge in case the opponent, in case you miss the Shine. And the crazy thing is that the Flames could engulf the opponent, allowing for a Shine follow-up afterwards.
Exactly, yeah. It's a really, really effective follow-up on Falco in this case because she can cover him down so far. Falco is more than likely going to panic and try to go with like an early up B. And yeah, it gives Fox a perfect opportunity to get him out of that.
Dude, I just realized these guys have
This is a whooping.
Yeah, 7 stocks right now, and it's looking really tough for poor Cosmos. Oh, actually, this is Jedrick who's getting 2v1 comboed here. Ooh, okay, you know what? The fact that he went out swinging was respectable.
I feel like he heard us get excited earlier when it Slick Wave lands. And he was like, I got to do that again for everybody at home.
That wasn't too bad.
Well, 7 stock.
it was a 6 stock.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because
oh, he died at the end. Yeah, yeah.
Regardless, yeah, it was pretty tough for the blue team. That counter pick, I wonder. They have the characters that can perform on that stage. Okay, see, I guess they're in agreement with me, which is why they're going back.
Yeah, I think so. It makes a lot of sense. Really, I think their biggest issue is they keep splitting this up into the 2 1v1s, and then when either Sheik or Fox are getting a grab, Kels or Dreffin are getting a grab, they're converting off of it really, really well. And Jedrick and Cosmos are forced to just try and throw out hitboxes to break up the situation.
Yeah,
and when you get stuck in that situation, you don't have a lot that you can be doing to support your partner other than just hitting them to try to get them out of that situation.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, basically with everything you said. And one of the things that really stood out was the fact that the punish game that you see from Jeffrey and Cosmos in comparison to these guys, it's definitely lacking. Jedrick and Cosmos can put in they could do a little bit better. Watch the teamwork right here. Oh, wow, I just jinxed it.
As he kicks him in the face. Yeah, it was a team kick. No, but you can see what they were going for, which was, Kels just wanted to cover any sort of tech in option. I think he was expecting the down throw because then he would have been able to catch the tech away, and then all Sheik would have had to worry about is tech forward, tech back. He's spacing out a little bit more now. Did you see there on that grab? He's backed up a little bit, thinking that Dreffin was going to back throw that time.
Definitely see the awareness and the adjustments that are being made on the fly in the middle of the tournament match, which is why these guys got so far in the tournament in the first place, right?
Yeah. Oh, man.
They're able to adapt. And right now, Kel's with the save, allowing Dreffin to come back on stage. But it looks like Cosmos, but just wasn't done yet. These guys are really persistent when it comes to trying to apply the pressure on Dreffin. But the scary thing is when you're using space animals against a Sheik that likes to hang out near the edge, if you think about how Music King plays Sheik, you can put yourself in for a world of hurt.
Absolutely. And right there, see, that's a tough situation. I mean, Fox had the ledge covered. You know, slow roll, and Fox could not be, or I'm sorry, Cosmos could not have grabbed the ledge. But he had to go high. Sheik slapped him out of that.
Oh gosh, and that's a stock right there. Jedrick recognizing this, not even wasting time, tried to go off to the side so he can come back right into the fray and help his teammate out.
One thing I've noticed as well is that they've given Kells a lot of freedom of movement. He's had the most space consistently through all of these teams matches to just run around and do what he thinks is necessary.
Jeez, Dreffin. And again, okay, that's it. It looked like, yeah, that is definitely a 2-0 victory. I thought it was 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I think this is 3 out of 5 still.
Okay, so it's not over.
Yeah, so they got another one. They got a little bit of hope. They actually did a little bit better that time. It was a 6 stock, but it was high percent.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, if they can corner Kells a little bit more and try to get him to the point where he's having to do jumps to get into center stage, because he's not rolling too much. So look for him to do the jump into center stage and have your team ready to cover that and try to keep Dreffin towards the edge where he's hanging out right now. They need to realize that they've got some good real estate there in the middle of the stage, and that gives them a big advantage.
Yeah, Stage Lake Pokemon Stadium is definitely big. It can set up for a lot of 2v1 situations if they play it carefully.
Would you stay there?
I still feel like having a Fox and Falco on a stage like that can greatly benefit them, but they're just not. They're probably going to have to take into consideration what you just mentioned as far as teamwork is concerned. You know, Kells, all of their focus has been on Dreffin, but because of that, it would leave them open to getting attacked randomly by Kells. And Kells, you know, using Fox, a character who has so many quick tools that he can use in neutral that are basically non-committal, right? Like he goes in, he could go in with a shine and immediately cover himself with like a wave dash back. He could immediately nair and do a retreating nair at that to keep himself safe. Like there's so many different things you could do. Shine grab. Like Fox, definitely a character that you don't want to keep roaming freely. But look at that. Fox is gone. Maybe a stage counter pick forced this.
I think that would actually be a pretty smart look for them.
Pikachu?
I don't know for the life of me what stage I would pick for that.
Yeah.
Actually, this makes sense. Trying to get some pretty early kills off the top with Pikachu. Yeah, I guess, you know. Wait, oh, I'm sorry. I totally thought that it was Jedrick and Cosmos that were changing characters.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why when I saw Pikachu, I was a little bit confused, but
yeah,
you know
now
what?
I'm back to being confused.
We'll see what Kells is.
Maybe he just wanted to have fun.
Yes, maybe. He might have some ideas with his character in close quarters. I mean, Fox is definitely capable, but who knows? Like,
good crouch cancel.
Wow. So look at this. With the loss of Fox, right, the absence of the character on the screen, all of a sudden it looks like things got easier for the blue team.
Yeah.
Because they're still falling back on the strat of focusing on Dreffin. Look at that. They're all on the left side, just smothering him.
And Kells is having a much harder time breaking it up now. Pikachu doesn't have anything quite as disruptive as Shine. He's throwing out a few more down smashes and stuff like that, but hitbox is so small and you got to catch him. Oh, bad air dodge there for Kells.
No lie, when you said got to catch him, I was thinking that was a Pokemon reference. In any event, the up airs have been helping out quite a bit. I like the idea right there by Jedrick. Try to get the shine to give his teammate an extra little jump right there. Basically a little boost.
Didn't work out.
Yeah.
But it was a good idea.
It's unfortunate, though, because when you see two teammates on the stage, sometimes putting yourself out there will mean that you both are now at a risk of getting edge guarded by both teammates.
That's part of how you have to step up your, I feel like the first step in stepping up your team game is learning how to save your partner. Yeah. And the second step is learning how to save him safely. That's
right. Risk management is a thing that a lot of players have to consider when it comes to teams. Well, if I do this, will this cost us 2 stocks? You know? Oh, jeez. That was a really good combo, but you saw the DI out of that there.
A little bit of a scramble situation. And Kelsey's just not landing a whole lot.
Oh. Ooh, jeez. And Dreffin not quite able to meter cancel that properly to get back on stage. This is actually really hectic.
That was about 10 or about 2-3 seconds. They got an 80% lead over blue team there.
Also, another thing I think Cosmos has to recognize is there have been times where he'd go for smash attacks at low percents on opponents who have crouch cancels, like Dreffen earlier, and that could put himself in a bad situation.
A little bit of miscommunication going on here, I think, between Kels and Dreffen. They're both recovering into similar positions very frequently, and I think it's putting them in I mean, that's why this game is close right now. And if you're ever teaming against two players that are better than you in general, you know, on an individual level, but you think that they might not have the most coordinated teamwork, getting in and causing those scrambled situations is a really great idea, because they're going to start hitting each other if they don't have a very clear outline of who's punishing what.
Oh dear, and right there, Kels finishing it off. Almost looking like Axe. What a finish.
That was actually relatively close until they got down to those last 3 stocks, and Red Team ran away with it.
I feel like, you know, that probably might be partly due to Pikachu and maybe even Yoshi's. Yoshi's is a stage that is so small where even the best players can fall apart against opponents that I'm not saying that, I'm not making any implications that the players that we're facing off against Kels and Dreffen aren't on the same level as those guys, but when it comes to having teams where there might be a skill gap, Yoshi's can bring it closer because of the amount of like what's it?
Yeah, I mean, basically, so many characters will die a little bit sooner. I feel like Gimps, for the most part, are almost easier on Yoshi's.
Yeah, just a lot of chaos, I was going to say, since everybody's so close to each other.
Getting a lot closer together. And in teams, it's a really interesting dynamic. You know, a lot of times in teams, when you watch a lot of the high-level teams, Armada and any of his brothers, or Armada Mewtwo King, Shroomed with Alan, Shroomed with a lot of other players, one of the things that they do is keep a lot of space between each other in the middle of stages and try to space themselves out 5-6 character lengths apart. And when you have